This is Tea or Coffee on the Streets, and my name is Ade Oyeyipo. We are at the Beyond Limits Ceramic Arts Exhibition, curated by Matthew Oyedele. You heard me right, Ceramic Arts Exhibition. Why is it that there's not a lot of focus on ceramics as art? We're going to be asking these questions, speaking to some of the artists, and looking at some of the work on display. Enjoy. A wonderful work that is actually on display.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, so what is the attitude towards ceramics arts in Nigeria today?
Okay, so I would say that, of course, there is always that mix of good, bad, and ugly. Some people who understand what ceramics can be, but I think that mostly because of the fragility, people may be shy away from collecting or wanting to see, or also the generalization to functionality, thinking of plates, spoon, forks, and knife, and you don't want to see what can be done beyond it.
Well, I feel that if you look at what is actually happening in Nigeria here now, I can say that people don't actually value ceramics because they feel that it is a breakable object. It's not like painting that you hang on the wall. Even if it falls, it will not break. But they feel that it is something that can break easily.
Well, attitude about Nigerians in ceramics, most people avoid ceramics. One, because when you are talking about ceramics, you know you are talking about clay. And when you are talking about clay, you know the next thing to clay is fragility. So most people and most students, they don't really do ceramics because of the fragility of the material that we use, the clay. They avoid this because they believe the material is not durable enough. It's not something that could withstand stress. And when you know that when you are dealing with ceramics, you have to be extra careful. And even from the process when you start ceramics, you know that you can't do shortcuts. Because by the time you have a shortcut, if it doesn't reflect in your work, definitely it will reflect in the firing. That is which is a very important part of the ceramics.
How will I put it? Ceramic is not that making progress. Based on how many schools of art treated ceramics, most of the students in our institutions, they are like being forced to specialize in ceramics, and that has not really helped them in bringing out the best out of them. They don't really have passion for the profession. They did it based on just having their academic merits.
Basically, ceramics in Nigeria doesn't really have a lot of art patrons and collectors that really want to have ceramics works in their house, basically because probably they believe ceramic art is fetish because of the ancient ceramic that our forefathers practiced. They use it for their ritual bowls, for ritual, just basically ritual objects. That's what they use ceramics for in the ancient times. So I think from now on we can like change the narrative of ceramics and let people see that, okay, not only that we can put in our own culture into it, we can also bring a kind of contemporary ceramics that something new that people have not been seeing, something that is basically not like the usual ritual bowls and bowls for sacrifice and all that were excavated during excavations of ancient artifacts. So the reception of ceramics in Nigeria is kind of very poor. We are only hoping that we can get better reception for ceramics in Nigeria.
Let us talk about the Beyond Limits Art Exhibition, right? Why is an art exhibition like this important for ceramic artists like you and for the form of ceramic art?
I personally, I have not engaged in this type of gathering based on where me I'm from. Many of my own works are being sold directly from the studio. But coming down to this exhibition has bring a kind of joy to me because I've met with my fellow ceramists, potters from different backgrounds and from different institutions with different school of thought.
Basically, Beyond Limits is a great project that I really love because it's something new out of the blue. It's not every day you see ceramic exhibition. Basically, in like a year, you hardly see or rarely see ceramic exhibition. You just see the likes of painting exhibitions, sculptural exhibitions.
Exhibitions like this give room, especially when I say this is my debut. If something like this is not happening, I will say this to myself. I won't say it to other people. Our students have been here, we're in Yaba Tech. Students have been here, they say they're inspired. Lecturers say they want to teach more. Seeing them being able to see that art can actually go beyond the limit of what people naturally think. So I think that it is very imperative that things like this go on to urge the young ones, to help the people who are in it, and to further, forge a better narrative of what ceramics can be to people.
Okay, it's very, very important because we need to keep on expressing ourselves. We need to keep on expressing ourselves in the sense that if we don't keep this going, ceramics will die. But to me, this is like my starting time. Let me put it like that. This is my starting time. This is my first time of exhibiting, and it's a very good one for me. You understand? And I'm not going to end it up here. So this is like a starting time for me. So I really thank the host, who is Matthew, so for bringing this organization together for us to exhibit.
Now we are joined by Matthew Oyedele, the curator of the Beyond Limits Ceramic Art Exhibition. It is an honor to have you here, sir. How are you doing?
I'm very fine.
All right, let us talk about why. Why did you put up this exhibition specifically focused on ceramic as an art form?
Yeah, as I've written in my curatorial statement, over the years I've been active in the Lagos art world, and I've seen that there are lots of exhibitions, art programs, and activities. But if you attend these exhibitions, you'll see that ceramics are rarely on display. Before you see one ceramic piece at an exhibition, you'd have seen multiple paintings, sculptures, mixed media, and the rest. And that begs the question, why are we neglecting ceramics? It's starting to look like, okay, we are all focusing on some aspect of art, while neglecting the other, right? So that's why I actually said, okay, let's do this for ceramics. Because if we don't do it, then people would not know what we have, right? So that's why I had to put this together.
Let's speak about challenges. What kinds, given that there's a low reception towards ceramic in Nigeria, what forms of challenges did you face when putting the Beyond Limit Art Exhibition together?
Wow, that's a strong question. The challenge started when we put out the open call, right? When we were accepting entries. For the first 2 months, nobody applied. Nobody. So until the day I was invited to a group by Ato Arinze, it's called Visions in Clay. So I was asked to make a presentation about the project. And sincerely on that day I was sick. I was taking my medications then, and it was tough. So I wasn't even allowed to use voice note. I was asked to type, and I was there for almost 2 hours. So it was very tough. So that was when after the presentation, the members of the group said, okay, they would apply. But even like 3 weeks after the presentation, nobody applied. So I had to extend the deadline. Then entries started coming in. So it was after the deadline, many people now wanted to apply. I had to tell them we had closed, right? So from there, because of the low budget we had, I reached out to newspaper house, some media persons. You have to pay. We don't really have much funds. We can give you this. No, it's too small. Then we made do with what we had. The future, from what I can see from my standpoint, is that ceramic is going to be huge in the next 3-4 years, because from this exhibition, I know what people are saying. I know the reviews we have received. I know people who have come and say, so ceramics have evolved like this, then we need to start having them at exhibitions. I know people who are planning to now include ceramics in their next projects, next exhibition. And the Venice Biennale, which will start in Italy this month, ceramics is at the center of the planning. Now you have London Art Fair and a lot of international art platforms who are now putting ceramics at the forefront. So that's to tell you that ceramics is actually getting that value, appreciation, and attention. So in the next 4 or 5 years, we are going to start seeing ceramics. Someone has already termed it that this is the age of ceramics. And that's where we are going to.
Congratulations and well done, sir, on a wonderful exhibition. We have just experienced the beauty of ceramics at the Beyond Limit Ceramic Artwork Exhibition, speaking to artists and the curator himself, Matthew Oyedele, asking and answering the question on the future of ceramic artwork in Nigeria. My name is Ade Oyeyipo. You're still watching Tea or Coffee.